Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Thursday, March 23rd, 2023. The Arizona woman charged with murder in the 2021 overdose death of a Yucca Valley man has been extradited to California and has pled not guilty in the case. Her initial preliminary trial yesterday was vacated to a date in April. Here's online news editor Robert Hayden with more.
Alicia Hegarty was arrested in February of this year, nearly 2 years after the death of Marshall Lupke, a 22-year-old resident of Yucca Valley. In March of 2021, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department responded to a house in Yucca Valley where they found Lupke dead from an apparent overdose. The county sheriff's Gangs Narcotics Division's overdose response team led an investigation that identified Alicia Hegarty, a then 47-year-old resident of Sierra Vista, Nevada, as the person who provided the drugs to Lupke. Their investigation, along with results from Lupke's autopsy, were presented to the county district attorney's office, and sheriff's deputies working with the United States Marshal Service were able to locate and arrest Hegarty in Sierra Vista, Arizona. Her first preliminary hearing is scheduled for April 13th. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Robert Hayden.
A sex offender who was being sought by authorities for allegedly failing to register his location was arrested during his regular bingo game at the 29 Palms Senior Center. County Sheriff's deputies were searching for Rick Leverson, 65, who, as a convicted sex offender, must register his address with authorities once a year and every time they move to a new address. Deputies say that when Leverson failed to register, they began searching for him. After speaking to Leverson's friends and neighbors, they learned that he regularly attends the bingo game held at the 29 Palms Senior Center, located on Adobe Road. At approximately 11:40 a.m., deputies located Leverson at the bingo game and arrested him. After making contact with him during the bingo game, Rick Leverson was arrested of investigation of failing to register as a sex offender and booked into the West Valley Detention Center, where he is being held without bail. Leverson was previously arrested for investigation into failing to register as a sex offender in June of 2021, when deputies located him near the intersection of Adobe Road and Old Road in 29 Palms, not far from where he was arrested this week. The controversial Wonder Inn Hotel and Resort proposal will be heard by the County Planning Commission this morning, and the hearing is open to the public. Though the meeting will be held in San Bernardino, locals can attend and engage virtually from the Government Center in Joshua Tree. Reporter Heather Clisby is here with more details.
The next step in the fate of Wonder Valley's so-called Pink Building will be held on Thursday, March 23rd, when developers of the Wonder Inn, a proposed 106-room resort, will present before the San Bernardino County Planning Commission. County planning staff will present their findings before the meeting turns to project developers Jason Landver and Alan Greenberg for their presentation. The public will then have an opportunity to address the commission. Each person will have 3 minutes to comment. Contents of the meeting will likely determine whether the project will go forward. Those interested can attend the 9 a.m. meeting in person at the county building in San Bernardino or can attend virtually via live community feed at the Bob Burke Government Center, 63665 29 Palms Highway in Joshua Tree. Residents who would like to submit a letter to the commission in advance of the meeting can also do so through the county website. Should residents be unable to attend either location in person, they may view the proceedings via live stream from their own devices, but should note that this does not enable the ability to engage or comment during the meeting. Local pushback has resulted in an organized group, Stop the Wonder Inn Project, that has stated their fierce opposition to the project. They point to already strained public services, increased traffic, air pollution, disruption of wildlife, and the project's impact on the water source. Look for the links in this story at Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Heather Clisby.
A minor injury collision on 29 Palms Highway spread lane-closing debris and knocked over a light pole. At around 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday, County Sheriff's deputies responded to a report of a two-car collision on 29 Palms Highway and Sunrise Road in 29 Palms. Their investigation revealed a silver Nissan pickup truck traveling east on 29 Palms Highway, which then crossed over into opposing lanes of traffic, colliding into a light pole. The pickup overturned and landed in a dirt field near the road. A black Toyota SUV was traveling west on 29 Palms Highway, and it turned to avoid the pickup truck before losing control and overturning. Both drivers were transported to the hospital by an ambulance with suspected moderate injuries. A third vehicle sustained damages from debris on the roadway created by the crash. A portion of the westbound number 2 lane of 29 Palms Highway and Sunrise Road was closed due to large amounts of debris scattered about. The City of 29 Palms Public Works cleaned the roadway of debris. The crash is still being investigated, but DUI does not appear to be a factor at this time. The Yucca Valley Airport District Board of Directors is holding a special meeting tonight to review a presentation regarding runway repair and to receive pricing quotes for East End access and security fencing. Tonight's meeting begins at 6:30 p.m. and will be held in the Mesquite Room of the Yucca Valley Community Center. The Copper Mountain College Howl writing workshop continues this Friday, with local author Ruth Nolan facilitating the class. Assignment reporter Gabriel Hart has further details on this free event open to all writers in the community.
Local author Ruth Nolan will be leading the Howl Writing Workshop this Friday on the CMC campus in Room 101 from 2 to 4 p.m. Ruth Nolan is a professor of English and creative writing at College of the Desert and has been named Mojave Desert Literary Laureate. She's the author of poetry book After the Dome Fire, editor of No Place for a Puritan, The Literature of California Deserts from Heyday Books, and curator of the humanities project Fire on the Mojave, Stories from the Deserts and Mountains of Inland Southern California, based in part on her experiences fighting wildfire for the U.S. Forest Service and BLM California Desert District. Nolan's workshop will be part of a continuum of the Writing Your Inner Deserts experimental workshop series she's been curating in rural desert hotspots across the Mojave Desert since 2006. Nolan will be jump-starting on the spot and in the desert moment immersive writing and sharing, prose bits, poetic gestures, and free-form musings by dropping desert-centric writing prompts, designed to engage all writer participants in multiversal ways. Nolan says, quote, "My intent is to foster an inclusive and inspired space where each participant can explore and connect with their inner desert through the act of writing," unquote. Reporting for Z107.7, this is assignment reporter Gabriel Hart.
Theater 29 opened its spring production of the Neverland origin tale Peter and the Starcatcher this past Friday. Arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas attended the opening weekend and submits this review.
Author J.M. Barrie's Peter Pan has evolved through countless versions on the page, on the stage, and on film and television screens around the world for the past 120 years. Theater 29's production of playwright Rick Elise's Peter and the Starcatcher gives us all a prequel. Debut director Ian Ferris and assistant director Jericho McNeltier have created a universe that is best described as chaos incarnate in the best way. The talented cast is headed by Eliana Hicks as Molly Astor, Andrew Perkins as Peter Pan, and Kurt Schopner as the villainous Black Stash. For anyone who is looking for an evening of fun, pathos, frivolity, and the craziest pack of mermaids you have ever seen, I cannot endorse highly enough get your tickets to Peter and the Starcatcher. Appropriate for all ages, though under the age of 10 it might be a bit wordy for squirmy younger kids. Tickets are available at theater29.org through April 2nd. For the full review, check out the story at Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Arts and Entertainment Reporter Charlie Thomas.
Springtime is coming to Joshua Tree National Park. On Friday's Z107.7 Up Close show with Gary Daigneault, park interpretation and Volunteers in Park program ranger Sasha Travaglio will be the guest. She will outline what to expect in the park and take a look at opportunities for volunteer service. Springtime in Joshua Tree National Park this Friday at 10 a.m. here on Z107.7. The 29 Palms High School Wildcats swim team swam against Desert Hot Springs High School yesterday. The meet took place at Yucca Valley High School, which was a last-minute change of venue as the Desert Hot Springs pool is under repair, and the Wildcats thank Yucca Valley High School. With only 5 of the team's 7 girls competing, the Wildcats came away with a 58-49 win. The boys' team lost a close one by 10 points. The Wildcats swim again at their next meet on March 29th against the Yucca Valley High School Trojans. The Yucca Valley High School Trojans track team faced Indio High School yesterday. Although the team did not win, all the athletes gave it their all. Landon Stitt did great at the 100, 200, and long jump. Austin Dickens was outstanding at discus and shot put. Sydney Jackson did great at the 110-meter hurdles and 300-meter hurdles. Isabella Flores excelled at the 100, 200, and long jump. The 29 Palms High School track and field team traveled to Desert Hot Springs to face the Golden Eagles yesterday. Both teams were bested, boys 82-22 and girls 80-40. Outstanding personal records for the meet were Elizabeth Marshall in the 1600 meter, the 3,200 meter, and Emil Escobel in the 800 meter. Top scorer for the girls was Jade James with 15 points. She won the high jump, triple jump, and long jump. Freshman Ania Haynes scored 10 points with victories in the 400 meter and 200 meter races, both personal records. Senior Devon Morris led the boys, scoring 10 points after winning the 400 meter race with a personal record in the 800 meter. Next week, the 29 Palms Wildcats will host a track meet against the Yucca Valley Trojans. And finally, the 29 Palms boys varsity Wildcats tennis team hosted the Eagles of Desert Hot Springs on Wednesday. The Wildcats won 11-7. In singles action, Jason Palayan swept all 3 of his sets, while Justice Fontius won 2 of his sets, and Merrick Johnson won 2 sets. In doubles action, the team of Brian Wong and Luke Bowers won 2 of their sets. The team of Aiden Mintz and Arjun Sawhney won 1 of their sets. The team of Vijay Sawhney and Nehemiah Dowell won 1 of their sets. The Wildcats are now 4-2. The Wildcats travel to Indio on Monday and Cathedral City on Friday. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmatz.